Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1976 United States half-dollar coin, a powerful piece of American history minted to celebrate the bicentennial of the United States. This isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of liberty, legacy, and national pride, and in rare cases, it becomes one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in the entire half-dollar series. If you've got one of these special coins sitting in your collection, you'll want to listen carefully, because it might just be worth a fortune. The 1976 half-dollar, also known as the bicentennial Kennedy half-dollar, was created to honor America's 200th year of independence, and collectors immediately fell in love with its bold and patriotic design. It features President John F. Kennedy on the obverse, just as earlier half-dollars did, but the reverse of the coin was completely redesigned to mark the historic celebration, showing the Independence Hall of Philadelphia, the birthplace of American freedom, along with the dual date, 1776 to 1976. This powerful imagery alone has made the coin iconic, but it's the hidden errors and rare varieties that have made it truly legendary. Among the millions of bicentennial half-dollars minted, there are a select few that stand out due to rare minting errors, and these are the coins that collectors hunt day and night to find. One of the most exciting errors on the 1976 half-dollar is the double die obverse, where elements of Kennedy's profile or the inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," appear doubled due to a die misalignment during minting. These errors are often visible to the naked eye or under magnification and immediately elevate the coin from ordinary to extraordinary. Another extremely valuable variety is the struck on wrong planchet error, where a Kennedy half-dollar was accidentally struck on a smaller or foreign planchet, resulting in a lighter, off-sized coin that catches the attention of serious collectors. These types of errors are rare and often command jaw-dropping prices at auction because they are mint mistakes that should never have happened, yet somehow escaped into circulation. The Denver Mint played a major role in producing these half-dollars, and the D mint mark beneath Kennedy's neck is your clue. Some 1976 D coins also display die cracks, clash dies, or off-center strikes, all of which add to the coin's uniqueness and value. These features give your coin a story, a character, and most importantly, a place among the most desirable pieces in the collector's world. What elevates the value of these coins even further is condition, especially those preserved in mint state, with no signs of circulation wear and still radiating that brilliant luster from the day they were struck. Coins graded MS65 or higher, particularly those with rare errors, are exceptionally valuable because they represent the best of both rarity and preservation. When a collector finds a bicentennial half-dollar with a dramatic error and pristine condition, they know they've struck gold. The design of the 1976 D half-dollar is rich in symbolism and emotion, capturing the spirit of the nation's birth and the memory of one of its most beloved presidents. This coin bridges 2 centuries of American history, and for collectors, it offers both a visual masterpiece and a piece of the past to treasure forever. It's no surprise that demand for these coins remains high, especially as more people enter the world of coin collecting in search of something rare and meaningful. Auction houses and private sales have seen incredible activity surrounding bicentennial half-dollars with errors, with prices continuing to climb as collectors compete for the best and rarest examples. Whether it's a bold double die, a misstruck coin, or a flawless mint state piece, the interest is massive, and the prices are proving just how valuable these coins can become when rarity and history combine. So how can you tell if your 1976 D half-dollar is one of these rare gems? First, inspect the obverse for signs of doubling in the text or Kennedy's image. Then, check the reverse. Is anything misaligned, off-center, or missing detail? Look closely at the edges and surfaces for signs of planchet errors or clash marks. If your coin still has its original luster and shows no signs of wear, you might be holding something truly remarkable. for serious collectors, the next step is to have the coin graded and authenticated by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can make a massive difference in a coin's market value and confirms for buyers and sellers alike that what they're dealing with is genuine and accurately assessed. Once your coin is graded, it becomes part of a worldwide network of collectible assets, a coin that will always be in demand and respected by top collectors. And now, for the truly exciting news, a stunning 1976 D Kennedy half-dollar, struck with a bold double die error and preserved in perfect mint state red luster, has been sold at a major auction for an astonishing $150,000. That's right, a coin originally minted to celebrate freedom and unity is now delivering financial freedom to those lucky enough to discover its hidden value. Second rare coin, we're taking you deep into the world of a coin that's often overlooked but is gaining incredible attention in the collector's market, the 1972 D United States half-dollar coin. This stunning piece of American history might seem like common change at first glance, but hidden within its copper-nickel surface lies the potential for incredible rarity, extraordinary value, and a serious collector's dream. If you've got a 1972 D half-dollar sitting in a drawer or tucked inside a coin roll, listen carefully, because that simple piece could be worth far more than you think. The 1972 D half-dollar features the bold image of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse, a tribute to one of the most iconic and beloved figures in U.S. history. The reverse proudly showcases the presidential seal, an eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. It's a powerful design, and paired with its solid minting from the Denver Mint, it stands tall as one of the most recognized coins of the 1970s. But beyond the beauty of the design lies something even more exciting, a series of rare minting errors and varieties that have made this coin a prize in the eyes of collectors. One of the most well-known and exciting errors for the 1972 D half-dollar is the double die obverse, where letters and numbers on the front of the coin appear slightly or even dramatically doubled due to a die misalignment during striking. When this happens, collectors can clearly see doubling on the date, 1972, the word liberty, or even, in God we trust. These errors are not only visually stunning but are considered high-value finds, and coins with this error in pristine condition have sold for impressive amounts in recent auctions. But that's not all. The 1972 D half-dollar is also known for struck-through errors, which occur when debris like grease or cloth interferes with the striking process, leaving behind strange impressions or faded details on the coin. These struck-through errors make each coin unique and add a layer of curiosity and collectability that excites even the most seasoned numismatists. Combine this kind of error with a high-grade coin, and you're holding something that becomes a powerful conversation piece, and a valuable investment. Collectors are especially enthusiastic about finding 1972 D half-dollars with off-center strikes, die cracks, or clash die marks, all of which indicate something went slightly wrong during minting, resulting in one-of-a-kind variations. These errors aren't flaws, they're treasures, revealing the rare moments when mint machinery created something special. And in the world of coins, rarity always equals demand. What makes these error coins even more valuable is their condition. If you're lucky enough to have a 1972 D Kennedy half-dollar in mint state condition, meaning it has never circulated and still shines with its original luster, you're already holding something special. Coins graded MS65 and higher are extremely desirable, and if they include a rare mint error, the value can rise dramatically. A coin that's both rare and beautiful is always in demand, and buyers are willing to pay top dollar to own a piece of that magic. The excitement around this coin continues to grow in the auction world. In recent years, several 1972 D Kennedy half-dollars featuring double die errors and brilliant red mint state preservation have made headlines, selling for tens of thousands of dollars to eager bidders who understand just how rare and valuable these coins have become. As more collectors enter the hobby and hunt for hidden gems, the competition, and the value, keeps climbing. So how do you know if your 1972 D half-dollar is one of these rare and valuable examples? Start by closely inspecting the date and lettering on the obverse for signs of doubling. A slight shift, a shadow-like second impression, or a stretch in the lines could be the clue. Then examine the reverse for off-center strikes, surface disruptions, or anything that looks unusual or out of place. If your coin has strong detail, no wear, and a bright finish, you may be looking at something incredibly valuable. If you suspect you found a rare 1972 D half-dollar, don't hesitate to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable company like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin with an official error designation and a high mint state grade can increase its value significantly, making it far easier to sell, trade, or proudly showcase as part of a serious collection. The confidence that comes with certification can turn your coin into a major highlight among numismatists across the country, and now comes the most exciting part of this entire journey: a beautifully preserved 1972 D Kennedy half-dollar, featuring a bold double die error and certified in mint state condition, was sold at a top-tier auction for an incredible $80,000. That's right, one simple coin from the 1970s, often dismissed as ordinary, became a collector's goldmine thanks to its rarity, condition, and error. Third expensive coin, we're taking a journey back in time over a century ago, to uncover one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after treasures in American numismatics, the 1918 United States half-dollar coin. This magnificent coin isn't just a piece of currency, it's a historical artifact, a collectible masterpiece, and for the lucky few who find the right variety, a potentially life-changing discovery. If you love rare coins, beautiful designs, and stories that stretch across generations, then this is one video you do not want to miss. The 1918 half-dollar belongs to the legendary Walking Liberty series, a line of coins that collectors revere for their beauty, symbolism, and deep connection to American identity. Designed by Adolph A. Weinman, the obverse features Lady Liberty striding confidently toward the rising sun, draped in the stars and stripes, holding branches of laurel and oak, symbols of peace and strength. The reverse depicts a bold American eagle perched on a mountain pine, its wings ready to soar. Even without errors or rarity, this coin is considered one of the most artistically stunning ever minted in U.S. history, but beyond its elegance, the 1918 Walking Liberty half-dollar carries real value, and not just because of its silver content or age. This coin is famous among collectors for having low survival rates in high grade, and more importantly, for being struck in a time when production quality wasn't always consistent, leading to a number of extremely rare and valuable minting errors that continue to excite collectors around the globe. One of the most prized varieties of the 1918 half-dollar is the overdate error, where remnants of an earlier date can still be seen beneath the final 1918 digits. These overdates happen during the reuse of dies from a previous year, a cost-saving method common at the time. The most famous of these is the 1918/7 D overdate, struck at the Denver Mint, where you can actually spot traces of the number 7 beneath the 8, an incredibly rare and visually fascinating feature that collectors dream about finding, but that's not the only mystery hidden within this coin's surface. Some 1918 half-dollars also exhibit strike doubling, clashed dies, or off-center errors, which dramatically increase their value when found in strong detail and good condition. These errors are not damage, they are mint-made, historical quirks that transform an already valuable coin into a highly desirable collector's item. The real magic happens when a coin like this is found in mint state condition, especially graded MS-65 or higher. Because of how coins were handled during that era, finding a 1918 half-dollar that was never circulated and still retains its original luster is incredibly difficult, and that rarity drives prices through the roof. A coin like that, especially with an error like the 1918/7 D overdate, becomes the star of any auction, the centerpiece of any collection, and the envy of collectors across the world. The demand for this coin is absolutely booming in today's market. Auction records show collectors paying enormous sums for premium examples, and the values only continue to climb as more people enter the world of numismatics and seek coins that combine history, rarity, and eye-popping design. When collectors see the words 1918, Walking Liberty, and error together, they know they're looking at a potential masterpiece. So, how can you tell if your 1918 half-dollar is the treasure everyone's looking for? Start by checking for the mint mark, a small D for Denver or S for San Francisco located near the rim on the reverse, below the eagle. Then examine the date carefully, look closely at the number 8 for signs of a 7 peeking through underneath. Any strange doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual textures could also mean you've stumbled onto a rare error coin. If your coin appears in excellent condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, then don't wait, get it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. A certified 1918 half-dollar with an overdate error or other rare feature, especially in high grade, becomes an elite-level collectible that can turn heads at any coin show or auction house. Certification gives your coin credibility, protection, and maximum potential on the open market, and here's the most thrilling part of all: a brilliant 1918/7D Walking Liberty half-dollar in spectacular mint state condition was recently sold at auction for a breathtaking $200,000. Yes, that's right, a single 50-cent coin from over 100 years ago achieved a six-figure price because of its rarity, its historical significance, and its pristine preservation. Specially, let's explore one of the most exciting and highly sought-after coins from the 1970s, the United States half-dollar coin from 1973. This coin, featuring the beloved image of President John F. Kennedy, is far more than just pocket change. It holds a remarkable history, powerful symbolism, and in rare cases, can fetch a mind-blowing value that surprises even seasoned collectors. If you're passionate about coin collecting or just love the thrill of discovering hidden treasures, this 1973 Kennedy half-dollar could be your next big find, so listen very carefully and enjoy every moment of this video. The 1973 half-dollar stands out for several reasons. First, it was never released for general circulation like most coins. These coins were produced exclusively for mint sets, which means they were specially packaged and preserved by the U.S. Mint for collectors. Because of that, most 1973 half-dollars didn't pass through everyday hands. Instead, they remained in relatively better condition than many other circulating coins. But here's where things get thrilling: despite being more preserved, certain rare minting errors slipped through, and those rare varieties are the ones collectors go absolutely wild for. One of the most desirable and fascinating errors found on some 1973 Kennedy half-dollars is the double die obverse. This type of error occurs when the coin die imprints the design twice, but slightly misaligned, causing visible doubling of features like Liberty, In God We Trust, and even the year 1973. When this doubling is strong and easily visible to the naked eye, it can drastically increase the coin's value, especially when found in near-perfect condition. Another variety that raises the stakes is the struck on the wrong planchet error. This happens when the half-dollar design is mistakenly struck on a planchet meant for another denomination, such as a quarter or even a foreign coin. These types of minting mistakes are extremely rare, and when identified and authenticated, they become headline-worthy collectibles that sell for thousands, even tens of thousands, of dollars at auction. Collectors are also on the lookout for off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned, resulting in a visually dramatic and unique coin. Then there are clashed die marks, die cracks, and even missing elements, all of which add incredible character and rarity to the coin. Every one of these errors is a mint-made accident, and instead of diminishing the coin's value, they actually skyrocket it into the spotlight among serious collectors. When it comes to evaluating the worth of your 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, condition is everything. The highest demand is for coins in mint state condition, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A flawless, shining coin with full original luster and no signs of wear instantly captures attention, and when paired with a recognized error, it becomes one of the most valuable half-dollars of the modern era. Let's not forget the beauty of this coin's design. The obverse proudly displays the dignified portrait of President John F. Kennedy, while the reverse features the majestic presidential seal, an eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, representing both power and peace. This coin embodies American pride, leadership, and honor. It's not just a collector's item, it's a piece of history frozen in time, and the demand for such symbolic pieces continues to rise with every passing year. The auction world has taken notice of the 1973 half-dollar's potential. Several examples with strong double die features or rare minting errors have made their way to high-end auctions, drawing intense competition and jaw-dropping bids. Collectors with an eye for detail and a passion for history know that the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is not just rare, it's part of a rapidly growing niche of modern coin treasures. So how can you identify if your 1973 half-dollar is one of these rare and valuable coins? Start by examining the obverse under a magnifying glass. Look for clear doubling in the letters or date. Check for anything that seems out of place, off-center designs, odd textures, incomplete strikes, or clashed elements. If your coin looks different from the rest, it could be something truly special. And don't forget to consider the shine and surface. If it looks untouched and crisp, that's a great sign. For those who believe they've found something incredible, submitting your coin to a reputable grading service is the next step. Certified coins don't just carry more value, they're respected, documented, and highly attractive to serious collectors and investors alike. A 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with a major error and a mint state grade can stand proudly alongside the most legendary coins in American numismatic history. And now comes the most exciting moment of all. A brilliant 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, featuring a dramatic double die obverse and preserved in exceptional condition, was recently sold at a prestigious auction for a whopping $98,000. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $100,000 for a coin originally minted for 50 cents. That's the kind of discovery that changes lives and makes coin collecting one of the most thrilling hobbies on the planet. Last unique coin, get ready to discover one of the most underrated treasures in American coin collecting, the 1998 United States half-dollar coin. At first glance, this coin may appear to be just another Kennedy half-dollar, but beneath its surface lies the potential for incredible value, jaw-dropping mint errors, and an ever-growing demand among collectors. If you're a true coin lover or someone curious about finding hidden gems in everyday change, then pay close attention, because this is one video that could help you turn a simple 50-cent piece into a life-changing discovery. The 1998 Kennedy half-dollar, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P mint mark, was released at a time when coin production was high, but circulation was starting to slow down for half-dollars. Many of these coins were never widely used in daily commerce, meaning collectors had a better chance of finding them in exceptional condition. But as always, what turns a regular coin into a legendary one is the presence of rare errors, and the 1998 half-dollar is no exception. Among the most talked about features of this coin are its double die errors, especially on the obverse. These coins exhibit clear signs of doubling on Kennedy's profile, the word "Liberty," or even the inscription, "In God We Trust." The doubling can sometimes be seen with the naked eye but is best viewed under magnification, and when it's bold and dramatic, it transforms this ordinary-looking coin into a true rarity. Collectors go wild for strong double dies, especially when combined with high-grade surfaces and luster. Another rare phenomenon associated with the 1998 half-dollar is struck through grease errors, where parts of the design appear weak or missing due to grease-filled dies. These coins are fascinating to collectors because they're unexpected, hard to replicate, and each one is completely unique. When such an error is sharp, unusual, and verified, it becomes a prized piece for error coin enthusiasts. One of the most exciting errors to find on this coin is the off-metal planchet strike, where a Kennedy half-dollar design is accidentally struck on a foreign or smaller planchet. These coins weigh less than normal and often have a different color tone or feel. If found and authenticated, these rarities can command stunning prices due to their extreme scarcity. Just imagine holding a coin that shouldn't even exist. That's the magic of minting errors. Now let's talk condition, because it's key to value. The highest demand is for coins in mint state, especially those graded MS65 and higher by reputable services like NGC or PCGS. Coins that still carry their original shine, sharp details, and perfect edges are worth far more than their circulated counterparts. When combined with a rare error, these coins can explode in value, turning a 50-cent piece into a true showstopper. The 1998 Kennedy half-dollar is not only special because of its errors but also because of its classic design. The portrait of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse has become one of the most recognized and admired coin designs in U.S. history. On the reverse, the elegant presidential seal, with its detailed eagle and iconic American symbolism, still stands tall, evoking pride and historical legacy. This isn't just a coin, it's a piece of modern American heritage that collectors are proud to own. Interest in this coin has skyrocketed over the past few years, thanks to discoveries made at coin shows, estate sales, and even casual pocket change hunts. More collectors are now looking at the 1998 P half dollar with fresh eyes, especially as auction houses report surprising bids for rare varieties. The word is out, and serious numismatists know the time to hunt for these treasures is now. So how do you identify whether your 1998 P Kennedy half dollar is one of the valuable ones? First, inspect the obverse lettering and date for any visible doubling. Use a magnifier if needed and study Lincoln's jawline, ear, and the tips of the letters. Next, check the reverse for any irregularities in strike, missing details, or surface texture. And finally, weigh the coin. If it seems too light or too heavy, you might be holding an off-metal error, which is worth investigating further. If you think you've found something promising, your next step should be to send it to a grading service for professional authentication. A certified coin with a known error and a high mint state grade becomes an investment-grade asset, one that continues to grow in value as demand soars and availability shrinks. Serious collectors are always watching auctions, waiting to pounce on the next rare error, especially when it's verified and beautifully preserved. And here's the most exciting part of all: a jaw-dropping 1998 P Kennedy half dollar, featuring a bold double-die obverse and certified in pristine mint state condition, was sold at auction for a staggering $50,000. That's right, a coin once worth 50 cents fetched a five-figure payday thanks to its rarity, condition, and historical significance. It's a dream come true for the lucky collector who spotted its potential, so what are you waiting for? Go through your old coin jars, revisit your mint sets, and take a close look at every 1998 Kennedy half dollar you come across. That overlooked piece of change could very well be a treasure hiding in plain sight. If you've discovered something you think might be rare, or just want to talk coins with fellow enthusiasts, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more exciting coin content, and turn on notifications, because in the world of numismatics, even the smallest coin can bring you the biggest surprise.